All right, the timer's going. uh, okay. So I was over just at a live stream for a guy by the name of Anti-Trekker, and it got a little fun. Well, I I'm in the middle of a boycott right now. And some of you know about it. Some of you know who I am, and you've heard me rattle from the peanut gallery from other successful channels because I don't know if I'm trying to get my channel off the ground or if I'm just trying to be a fan from the Peanuts gallery. But I've got to say that I'm going to tell a story. Hi, viewer. Um, about 1999, I was really happy. Oh, they left. Okay. I'll archive this on YouTube. Tonight's drink, by the way, I've got a bad mixture going. It is moonshine and Shiner Light. About 1999, I was in Illinois and I was happy with life. And I was working for a large home improvement company. And they gave us, they rewarded us as best as they could. It wasn't a great paying job, it was a good retail job. And so I got training on heavy equipment, not a whole lot of it, but enough for in the Midwest where there's no energy sector, you can get away with the job. And a few years before, I had read all of the Star Wars Thrawn trilogy books. Those Thrawn trilogy books were really good. The Heir to the Empire. And the big thing coming up, hello viewer, the big thing coming up is a set of movies from Lucasfilm coming out in May of 99. And so I was going to go see this. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what I was in for. It's just going to happen, whatever it is. If you want to start anything in the live chat, you can. But I was really excited about this Star Wars project coming out of Hollywood. And then they started showing stills and releasing little bits of information. And we were going to see the story of Darth Vader as a boy. I'm not excited about this because I've read enough of the lore for Star Wars where I thought this could be really good or this could be really bad. And I was betting after watching a bunch of other Star Wars licensed movies, it was going to be bad. And what I'm referring to is not the Return of the Jedi or Empire. I was referring to this thing called the Ewok Adventure or Caravan of Courage. And Caravan of Courage was this funny little movie where you get to see Wilford Brimley drop the F-bomb on ABC. ABC Family Time, like 7 o'clock on a Sunday night. It was great. So here we are a few years later, and Star Wars Phantom Menace comes out. This is not a good movie. The racing scene was cool. The fight scene was cool. It was really bad. And afterwards, I kind of walked over to the mall and I was trying to process the fact that I had just been disappointed by Star Wars on the big screen. And I was upset they gave us this guy named Jar Jar Binks. Pause for press F for respect, sort of thing. So, Jar Jar was not the character that we wanted, but he was the Lucasfilm representative that we deserved. And I was kind of giddy with thoughts because about 2000 they said we're going to do a second movie. And that news got to the Midwest. Of course, they were going to do a second movie. They had plans for a trilogy. And I thought, well, maybe Jar Jar Binks will show some initiative and he'll be profitable and he'll show everybody that he can run an office. And maybe he'll be like one of these soap opera people that doesn't have a real job. He's given an office. And his incompetence will show that he is incapable of having an office job. He's not suitable to fly a desk Monday through Friday. He will be the worst. And maybe his actions, Jar Jar's actions, will kind of shadow or parallel the Galactic Empire and its birth. And a lot of people will die because of Jar Jar. A lot of other people will die because of Palpatine. Palpatine did nothing wrong. And you have a fun set of movies that have action, and then you have this reflection where, meanwhile, where the heroes aren't, things are going mercilessly wrong. And this would be great. This would be great to see Jar Jar just cause tens of thousands of deaths. Starvations happen, logistics falls apart, planets just fall into chaos and anarchy. And little kids that love to buy Star Wars shit are going to get their first taste of adulthood of this is what happens in the nightly news, and they don't tell you that the United States is partially at fault for this. I know this has gotten dark real quick. And I've got the flag on my shoulder here, so you think I'm probably like super patriotic, which I mainly am. I love our service members. I love the people that we serve with. I despise the political game and the games that happen behind closed doors. Julian Assange did nothing wrong. Well, as we have all this going on, maybe Jar Jar will be on screen for 5 to 10 minutes, like what Carol Danvers is in this new Endgame film. And Jar Jar will just start a slow circle, this spiral of death because of drugs and alcohol. Maybe he will plummet into insanity and he'll just have nothing left. He will be a shell of a creature. That I could watch. I did not watch episodes 2 and 3 in theater because my friends told me what was in episodes 2 and 3 before I went. And I thought my money's better in my pocket. Fast forward a few years, here we are. The Force Awakens came out, and I wasn't impressed. I didn't even see a level of competence in the choreography because they were busy beating a story into our skulls. This person's a good girl. I don't like Rey. I don't like Rey at all. The actor's fine. She does convey decent roles in other roles than Rey. But Rey is a horribly written character. So, now that I've said that with a mournful face, they put out The Last Jedi. And I start listening to people that are a little younger than me or my age. Because older people have other things on their minds. People in their 60s aren't worried about things that they grew up with in the 70s. They're worried about retirement, health bills, etc. I'm still in kind of okay health. Need to lose that. I get it. I'm fat. Thank you for the thumbs up. So what I do is now we're looking at The Last Jedi, and nothing I'm hearing makes me want to go see this movie. All the trailers look horrible. There's a way to advertise a movie on a trailer. 10 minutes in. There's a way to advertise a movie trailer and generate sincere interest. Marvel has this almost down pat. They failed on two movies, which a casual might accuse me of being an ableist or a sexist or a bigot. But what they showed us for Black Panther did not interest me. He's a prince in a country that's not part of Earth's greater economic engine. If USA was isolationist, I wouldn't really care about things going on outside us. But anyway, that's another discussion. What we have is we have the Black Panther, who is a character who looks like potential Mary Sue. I'm not against properly written characters. They can even have the Mary Sue complex as armor as long as it makes for a great story. It has to be fantastic. With that said, let's go and to the other trailer that generated zero interest for me, which was Captain Marvel. Now, when I was growing up, I lived in Decatur, Illinois. And I had some friends that were comic fans, and one of them had the Monica Rambeau series of books because him being a mulatto, he loved the stories about the non-whites, and there was not that many. When Spawn came out, Jeremy was happy. Well, Jeremy had Black Panther. He also had the Monica Rambeau stories for the Captain Marvel. And I got to read these because aside from the fact that, what am I going to get out of this? It's a black woman. Shut up and read it. So I did. And I love this series of books. I love this series of comics. And when I started thinking about the Captain Marvel movie coming out, I thought this would be a perfect film to showcase this girl who has a strained relationship with her single father. And she's blessed with these abilities because she was given them from a superior race of aliens. And the father is just a regular Joe down here. He's nobody special. He's her daddy. And when she tells him the fears that she has, he brings her to the light and shows her that there's nothing to fear as far as his expectations of her are to be understood. He's proud of her. He loves her. That's his daughter. And she's a woman. She does things and she helps people. And she does more for the world and other worlds than what he ever could. And that meant a lot to her. And as a reader, it was pretty powerful stuff. I want to say I was 23 or 24 when I read this. It was after I was in high school and such. I came back from the Navy and kind of had this long period of wandering. Illinois is not a good place for me. So we have Captain Marvel coming out, and I get a chance to read what's going to be in it. No interest. I see the trailer, no interest. In fact, they've gotten rid of that entire story arc. This is a problem. This girl, every nemesis she has, it's just a guy. If you like watching Brie Larson get punched in the face, you could like the Captain Marvel movie. That happens a lot. But it's not worth me worrying about. I'm in the middle of a boycott right now. I'm not going to worry about Endgame or any Marvel movie or any Marvel product. It's great. Because I can throw money at creators on YouTube or Super Chats. I can throw money at comic books that I want to read again. Or novels. I'm going to be starting a book club on Discord and reading some of the great Tim Zahn novels. I think we're going to start with The Heir to the Empire. Why not? Why not? I'm not going to make no money off this. This is something I'm just going to do for fun. I think people need to have an exposure to it because the stuff that the kids are being shown and they're said this is Star Wars, Timothy Zahn wrote these books in the early 90s using the D6 RPG books from West End Games for Star Wars universe as source material. Most of the source material was already written. It was there. And if you knew how to translate a system to narrative, you could make a great story. You could figure out, well, the Millennium Falcon's good, but you don't want to send it screaming into an asteroid field. It'll probably blow up or get crushed. And Han Solo was a good enough pilot where that didn't happen, but the YT-1300 is not a durable freighter. Anyway, I was happy with everything I read for the Star Wars Expanded Universe. And then Disney comes out and they show us that they cannot handle the EU. There's too much. We want to make money. We got to reset it all. So the games, the books, the comics, video games, all of it's gone. Wiped away. Snapped. Disney, you paid out $4 billion. I think you would have had some money available to a writer and figure out how you could fit some good stories and movies into the Star Wars universe and keep it all under the same umbrella. How dare you fuck this up? First off, fuck Lucasfilm because they didn't give us a Thrawn trilogy novels to movies in the late 90s, early 2000s. Instead, they gave us the woe is me tale of Emperor fucking Palpatine and his little shitty student, Darth. I have zero fucks for Star Wars. I wish I did. I even bought into the Star Wars miniatures. Hold on. I'm just going to show you. When it comes to miniatures, I love miniatures. I love painting miniatures. This is fun shit. This is a good hobby. So, Marvel and Star Wars over the past year and a half have had a program where they've had people, Disney bots, Star Wars bots, Captain Marvel bots, I don't give a shit bots, NPCs to me, people that I appreciate who have channels dedicated to the love of the fandom. And that, in my opinion, is more important than the coffers at Disney. The love of the fandom is more important than that. But Disney has the money to pay people to come out and ridicule others that don't agree that Captain Marvel's a movie that should be seen by everybody. In fact, they had a GoFundMe so little impoverished kids could go see it. Trying not to... I have some fine moonshine and light beer here. Hold on. Not really fine moonshine, but it is what it is. I absolutely have zero intentions to watch anything Marvel or Star Wars related, especially after the Disney buyouts. It's nothing against the paper pushers at Disney. Those people need jobs. I'm happy they're employed. It's against the individuals in the offices that make the deals. It's against the people that decide on what's getting rewarded, what agenda is being pushed. The in-game movie has numerous instances of wokeness where they show off the girl power. Captain Marvel saves Iron Man. If it wasn't for Captain Marvel and the girls, Spider-Man would be dead. Really? Really? This is exactly what we don't need. It's not the fact that it's a woman saving him. It's the fact that it's an absolute agenda to try to belittle testosterone. Look at what he did to Thor. Look at how they cucked out the Hulk. If you guys are happy that you gave money to Disney, congratulations to you. Nobody will give a shit in 5 years. In fact, the next set of movies coming out, I cannot wait for because The Guardians of the Galaxy movie that I was going to go see with James Gunn helming, probably not going to do it now. Actually, no, wait, that falls into that boycott. No money to Marvel. Then, and here's where the nosebleed on Nerdrotic and the Quartering and Anti-Trekker started. Brie Larson is out there being touted as a potential director for a Marvel Comics or Marvel Cinematic Universe Avengers movie for all females. She really wants to do a buddy movie with Valkyrie. Maybe he'll do scissor kicks. Let's read. From ScreenRant.com. Captain Marvel star Brie Larson says she wants to throw her hat in the ring to direct a future movie for Marvel Studios. Even though she's been in the movie and television business since 1998, her career was catapulted to the next level in 2016 when she won her Best Actress Oscar for the compelling kidnapping drama Room. Never heard of it. When I look up the Room, that Room movie, Tommy Wiseau pops up, and shit, it's Tommy Wiseau. Let's watch The Room again. Yeah, buddy. Okay. Not long after the win, the acclaimed actress scaled new heights by signing up to play the titular character in Captain Marvel. When Brie dolls herself up and gets beautiful, subjective language detected, she misses the mark for me. She reminds me too much of a family member who has only the three facial expressions of resting bitch face as a primary, utter confusion as a secondary, and I just woke up. What's going on as a third facial expression? Those are the three facial expressions I have on my father's side for a certain member of the family I cannot mention. The thing that should not be. Resting bitch face is a primary, and that was the majority of that movie, Captain Marvel, when I saw it. I didn't pay for it. I had no need to pay for it. I had no desire to pay for it. Sorry, Marvel. You sent people out to call me and peers of mine names. And you never gave us an apology. We're sorry we said this. Well, Marvel, fuck you. Well, not long after the win, the acclaimed actress scaled new heights by signing up to play the titular character in Captain Marvel, and recently she's been confirmed to be appearing in the Avengers, Untitled Avengers. Despite the high-profile gigs she's been landing, including the lead opposite Tom Hiddleston in spring blockbuster Kong Skull Island, Larson's hardly been resting on her laurels. In fact, she's probably busier than ever. They said she had a very grueling workout schedule. And when I watched Captain Marvel versus this Kong Skull Island movie, there may be 4 pounds difference between the two. She looked not toned up in Captain Marvel. Brucey has a Spank Bank image folder. And Brucey's Spank Bank is mainly from Instagram and other Google image searches of women with what most urban people would call fat asses. Poor Brie Larson. She must be like some recessive clan of some Irish group of people with zero ass. Flat. This bookshelf, this miniature bookshelf, has more curve in it than Brie Larson's buttocks. They got a butt double for the Avengers 4, and that photo's in my Spank Bank. So, yeah, I'll be saving this video. This is funny because I feel buzzed right now. It's probably Holy That Moonshine. I don't know what's in it. I don't care. Brucey's feeling it good. But what I'm telling you is that Brie Larson is not the person I would have for Captain Marvel. I could have been Emily Blunt, the lady from Oblivion. No, not Oblivion. The Edge of Tomorrow. And There was a movie that came out last year about an alien invasion where you don't make sounds, and she was in that. And I'm not going to go search the web for that. I was happy that I could use my computer in my current state to do this. So, contemplating her future behind the camera, Larson, in an interview with the Huffington Post for Unicorn Store, expresses her interest in helming a film in the future for Marvel. Yeah, that's my plan. Why not? My new life philosophy is if I'm not going to tell myself no, I'm just going to do stuff until someone tells me no. It's wonderful to see that Larson has such passion and enthusiasm for her to work in front of and behind the camera, and clearly with his first big notch in her belt directing Unicorn Store. Go ahead. Try to watch that movie without getting distracted by your smartphone. I double dog dare you. Larson is serious about her future plans. A couple of factors behind her drive seem to be at work, including her recent revelation she already loves working with Marvel, even though principal photography for Captain Marvel has yet to begin. This is an article from back in 2016, by the way. Let me go back, because there's a new article out there.
So I've got a warning. The warning is.
All right. Oh, fuck. Not that I truly give a shit, but the latest article out on the 28th of April, it discusses Brie Larson wanting to make a movie with Marvel, an all-female Avengers movie. More than likely, and let's nod our heads in approval, she will fight against insert white male actor. Kevin Feige is excited about it. He can't wait to work with Brie again. She signed up for 7 movies. She's signed up for 7 movies. Signed up for 7 movies. Meanwhile, Elizabeth Olsen, a better leading lady than Brie. Elizabeth has not a lot of various facial expressions. She doesn't have 3, she has numerous. And you guys are missing it. Not you, viewer, not you viewers in the future. But the people that want to see good movies are not being considered in this. There's an agenda at work. Much like Monica Rambeau's missing story for the MCU, the agenda at work is men back. We have smart hipster-looking Hulk for Avengers Endgame finale. We have Fat Thor. Can't have him be slender, svelte Thor from the Dark World, where you can hear the panties get wet in the theater when you're watching it. I've never had that happen myself. I was fat then too, and I didn't give a shit. My fucks are at 0. I start my fucks at 0. I hate my fucks at 0. It's great. Secondly, Iron Man dies. Spoiler alert. We're on day 2.5 of this movie being out. Everybody I know, my friends have seen it. I'm getting begged to go see it with them for a second or third viewing. I'm good. I can save my 3 hours. I've got figs to paint. I've got a hobby to enjoy with. Maybe with nobody else. But what I'm saying is that this isn't my bag. I don't want to help them out. I don't want to throw money at them. Marvel, Star Wars, Disney, not too enthused. We're still waiting on Orville season 3. Who's going to have that? Because Seth MacFarlane could take that franchise wherever he wants to. He's a big enough name. He could port it, take it over to Hulu from Fox, both of them owned by Disney. He could take it to Netflix, not my first choice potential. He could take it to Stars. That'd be great, because that would go great with my Bruce versus the Evil Dead, Ash versus the Evil Dead Bruce Campbell series. Love that series. Or you could take it to YouTube and inflate their holdings, because seriously, YouTube looks like it's in trouble. A lot of people look at me like, you're a conservative Christian. Why are you giving money to Google? I'm not a fan of Google's politics at all. But as a YouTube premium subscriber, I suffer zero ads. Zero. They're going to get rid of that business model. They're going to put the YouTube premium available for all, but you're stuck with ads. I think they're going to have us, from what I've read, they're going to have us avoid the ads because we give them $10 or $12 or $15 a month, depending on how you signed up. And that's all right. I can handle no ads. As a YouTube music enjoyer, I have the apps for YouTube Music. I think everybody should have that, or something like that. Their retro is amazing. Spotify, Pandora, they don't have a big volume of retro and synthwave. Sorry. And it's not that I don't like other forms of music. I love Viking metal. I appreciate Jim Sinatra, appreciate Dino Martin. I love that stuff. But there's certain things. If you like foreign music, not North American continent music, YouTube Music is great because it all pulls off Google Play. Probably the largest library of digital music. So, what did we learn? Today, Bruce is not a big fan of what's going on right now with theaters and movies. We have movie sales tickets are down. Right now, this is saving the movie house that you're probably going to go to and watch Endgame or some other film. I don't know what the numbers are for the 27th, but as of the 26th, as of midnight, the 27th, they had tallied up $156.7 million for Endgame in one day of sales. So there's a potential chance for Endgame to dethrone Avatar from 2009. Not the M. Night Shyamalan movie, the James Cameron movie. What you need to do is make a decision. If you don't mind watching this movie, because it's good, everybody says it's good. It's 3 hours of film. The last half hour is action. If you don't mind that, then go ahead and go pay for it. You can sacrifice that. You can give that ticket price. You can sit in the temple of media worship, and you can enjoy the Avengers Endgame movie. And in December, enjoy your Star Wars Episode 9 film. I can't. I watch who is getting my money. I know that Chris Hemsworth is a big fucking Hollywood leftist liberal. He does not really have a whole lot of opinions that I share or even come close to. Everybody employed by the MCU right now is basically a Bernie or bust type of person. They don't like Donald Trump. No reason. They loved the fucker when he was giving money away in 2015 and before to every candidate out there, every candidate out there that went to Donald Trump made money. 5 million here, 2 million there. Everybody went to him. But because the guy registers as a Republican and runs against Hillary Clinton, you cannot be the president. We can't have her as president. There's a lot of reasons why. 4 of them were dead from Benghazi. I just lost my viewer. Oh well. The politics of the people that are involved with Disney, I don't share. If you want to go do that, go do it. Go give them money. If you value your time, if you value your family's time, go find a comic store Go back to 1991 and 92 issues for the Infinity Gauntlet series, Infinity War series, and pick them up. The story isn't horribly different, but it's much better. You're going to have levels of narrative that these movies should have had. And you're going to be upset because what they put in the movies, they could have spared you. They could have made it exposition. What they should have put in the movie. This is the important thing. It's a story you're not getting. A lot of people are taking their families and girlfriends and husbands to see this film this weekend. I don't have any ill will to those people. They don't understand. They don't have a mindset. But at some point, the mainstream media is going to say something that you don't agree with. And you're going to ask yourself, who's making money on this? If I make this decision to throw money at this, who's making money? And you really have to ask yourself, I'm giving up my time that I've worked at my job, and the time that I'm giving up for this film, or for this speech, or for this music. What am I gaining in return? And if you don't think about that, if you don't care where your money goes, well, Disney's out there. The mouse has got his hands out there. Will you please get to me and Minnie? Ah! Go for it. Go for it. Mickey and Minnie love your money. They don't think the way that you think they would. Walt's grave is this giant mound of freshly tilled dirt. And if you put your ear to the ground, you can hear the casket spinning. So let me just tell you that what's going on, it's not in your best interests to throw your money away on this first weekend. Wait for it. It's a 3-hour film. Think of your bladder. Think of your colon. If nothing else, you're going to be there going, fuck, when's a good time to go to the bathroom? And we don't have intermissions anymore. That's not been a thing for a generation. Not since I've been going to the theaters in the 1970s. I've not had an intermission. Older movies have those. They're great. Get to stretch, talk to people. What's going on with this guy? I haven't seen you in forever. I love you people. You could talk to your neighbors in the movie house. They turn the lights on, go get popcorn refills and your drinks. It's great. It would make more money for the theaters. So, what I'm telling you is, just because I'm having a boycott of everything Marvel, of everything Star Wars, that doesn't mean that you have to join me. In fact, I'm pretty happy standing alone, like Neil Breen on Crazy Mountain. I'm happy to be that guy. But there's a lot other things out there. There's a huge mound of things out there. And as you climb that mountain for yourself, you have to think about every step, and you have to think about what you're giving up. Do you support these people? Because Mark Ruffalo hates fracking. I frack. I help put gasoline in Toyota Priuses. I help fuel the nation's economy. I really didn't like giving Mark Ruffalo money, but I did because he's part of the MCU. He's Hulk. Chris Evans is a very big liberal. Didn't like giving him money, but he made a great Captain America. It's not really about his politics, but it's about the fact of the executed movie that they did before Infinity War. The Captain Marvel movies were badass. It's not about the artist. It was about that art. We're coming to a close of that. Disney and the MCU are going to start changing their movies. You're going to feel it. How do I know? Well, Galaxy of Adventure is a thing, and if you've watched that, if you know what I'm talking about, the Star Wars little animated series that redoes The New Hope, Carrie Fisher was a sassy little princess in 1976. Now, she beats and abuses Mark Hamill as he's a stupid man. She beats on him like a dog. So, I'm just saying, the agenda's out there. It might look pretty, might have chrome on it. It's up for you to decide. I know what I'm not going to spend my money on. I have plenty of things to enjoy. Aside from paying for power and water, I've got plenty of food. I bunker. My lair is almost in absolute good condition. Right now, I have to go out for maintenance. It's the 28th of April. Hope you guys have yourselves a great Sunday. Don't work so hard. The stream ends here.